I don't really think it's a hot take to say that the Panthers are having one of the most underrated off seasons in the whole NFL this year. And if you're a Panthers fan, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this is probably one of the most exciting and memorable and probably best off season on paper that we've had, as long as I can remember at least, whether it's starting with the hiring of a pretty much all-star coaching staff, being aggressive and trading up to the number 1 overall pick, or even some of the free agent moves that we've made on offense and retooling this group as a whole and putting themselves in position to have a rookie quarterback coming into a very, very likable situation. I think all things are pointing up and trending in the right direction for this team. And with all the moves they've made, they've done a pretty good job of addressing some of the needs that they've had. So in this video, we're going to talk about what they did in free agency and what this could mean for their draft strategy, because I think this is something that a lot of people aren't really paying attention to, but it definitely needs to be discussed. And we're starting right now. What up, dude? What's up, everybody? My name is Aaron Duncan with the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. Y'all know what I do, NFL content, Panthers content. So make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and the bell icon so you get notification. That way you're up to date on all this crazy stuff that comes out of this Panthers offseason. And I can give you these videos and takes and analysis and live streams that I do, and you're going to be up to date with that. That bell icon is going to make sure you get that notification. But also, please give the video a thumbs up. It really helps me out in the algorithm, and it doesn't take long. And to anybody out there just watching, don't be a creeper, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. I don't know you're watching the content, but don't be a creeper. Don't be a lurker or whatever. Just hit the subscribe button, all right? Show a little love. But our general manager, Scott Fitterer, made it pretty clear at the beginning of the offseason what the team needs were when he were asked. He mentioned the speedy wide receiver, tight end. Obviously, quarterback was the biggest issue. Some help on the edge, speedy linebacker, and a ball-hawking safety. I mean, with the moves they made, with putting ourselves in a position to draft the quarterback, signing Hayden Hurst, Miles Sanders at the running back position. We got Von Bell as a safety. We got DJ Chark as that speed at wide receiver. And we re-signed Shaq Thompson for that linebacker. We pretty much addressed every big need. Now, I know some Panthers fans may not like everybody on this team, but for now, I think we have a serviceable answer at every position except quarterback, obviously, we're going to draft. Can they be upgraded? Yes, but no major holes as of right now. So I think this is a stark difference from where we started in the offseason per se, because Scott Fitterer, in prior years with Matt Rule, he's been on record saying that their philosophy is to try to address every team need or fill those needs in free agency, whether with value contracts or spending big if they have to, getting some bigger names. That way, when they come to the draft, they don't have to do anything crazy. They've already been aggressive enough trading up to number 1. They don't want to go ahead and do anything else crazy or out of the ordinary or out of the norm per se from there, because they feel like they didn't address certain needs in the draft. Because sometimes if you still have big holes in the draft, you get predictable. People can trade in front of you because they know what positions you're looking for. And then you may end up reaching for a guy because you need it, even though you may be outslotted and his value may not match up to where you have to draft him at. So addressing all your team needs in free agency and then just using the draft to make some sexy luxury picks, like Scott Fitterer said, it is a very, very good strategy. And I think it completely changes everything, because we knew trading DJ Moore, he was going to be a big loss. He's a 1,000-yard receiver, proven guy that we've had for a while. So getting rid of him, it was going to be hard because there's not a ton of answers here in the wide receiver position in the draft and not a ton of answers in free agency. So it was going to be by committee. They did a good job with Thielen and Chark, but I still think they're missing that wide receiver 1, even though I expect Terrace Marshall Jr. to take a big step up into that role, because remember, Terrace Marshall Jr. was chosen in the 2nd round, but the only reason he fell there was because of his injury concerns. He's been healthy thus far through his career for us. So I'm just waiting for him to take that next jump and live up to those expectations as the 1st-round grade that he had coming out. Nevertheless, my thought process was at number 39 that we held on to, that coveted 2nd-round pick that was our own, that we decided not to give up in that Bears trade. I thought, okay, hey, let's look at offense. Maybe a guy like Jalen Hyatt, Josh Downs, maybe Jordan Addison falls there. I was thinking those type of guys and maybe getting another weapon. That way we give our rookie quarterback whatever he needs, an embarrassment of riches, a plethora of options and weapons to be able to throw to at his disposal. The last thing you want to do is not give your quarterback weapons, Because yes, you have a quality quarterback, you may have a good offensive line, but if nobody can get open, that may cause your quarterback to force things, which develops bad habits. So when you do get a new wide receiver, he may be broken before you even get a chance to give him a chance to get quality weapons. So I wanted to load up offensively. However, with them adding DJ Chark and Thielen, this gives them a lot more options. Option number one, they could just stay there and they could go with my plan and go on wide receiver. I'm still sticking behind that, to be honest. However, there's a lot of depth in this draft and they could go defense and go pass rusher and address edge and get somebody young and line them up across from Derek Brown. From Brian Burns. We know that this offense is a 3-4. We need another stand-up pass rusher to pair. We have some good run stuffers, but we've been trying our best to replace the production that we lost with Hassan Reddick, and last year just didn't cut it. Frankie Louw can give us a couple shots here on the edge, but he's not an every down pass rusher, so that's an option there at 39. They also could trade back. Maybe they get there and nobody major name falls to them. So they say, hey, let's get some more value and trade back and recoup more picks. We know Scott Fitterer is one of the more aggressive GMs when it comes to trading back and getting multiple picks, because their days in Seattle, they had that philosophy of the more guys we have here in draft picks, it's just a numbers game. Everybody's not going to work out, but the more chances you have at the plate to swing at it, the higher chance you have of scoring or getting runs. So the more players you draft, the better chance you have of developing those guys there. And as we currently sit right now, we have no 6th and 7th round picks. So being able to move back in the second round, maybe you can pick up some mid to late round picks, could be an option, and you then go best player available. Another option is just staying at 39 and going best player available, not just going DN or edge or wide receiver. You could go best player available and upgrade a position. Do you want to go cornerback with Dante Jackson coming off that Achilles injury and upgrade there? Do you want to try to find a linebacker that may fall there and then, hey, pair him with Shaq Thompson and just in case you're not really feeling comfortable on Brandon Smith? Is there another big defensive lineman you could go to that can get after the passer from the interior? Or do you want to get a wide receiver that's there? I think that they have a lot of options if they stay there and take best player available, which would be the wise thing to do. And I think these offseason moves have set them up to be able to do that. Another option is, hey, it sounds crazy and it's uber aggressive, but why not? We've done crazier things this offseason thus far. They could trade up from 39 back into the first round if they feel like there's a big-time player that's in that range that they want to go get. Maybe a wide receiver like Jordan Addison, or by the grace of God, which I don't think is going to happen, or Jackson Smith and Jigba falls to the mid to late 20s, I think that it will be a wise move to go get that guy, especially if you get a CJ Stroud who has that chemistry with him as well. But regardless, Jackson Smith and Jigba is one of the best route runners in this draft and can get open. That type of skills translates to the NFL. So I think adding a guy like that could be great. I feel the same way about Jordan Addison. I think he's underrated because of that straight line speed that he doesn't have, but I think his route running ability is very similar to a Calvin Ridley like. So if they have somebody in striking distance, maybe they go up and be aggressive and get a young weapon, because they are going to be looking for a wide receiver one, and I don't think taking another swing at it with a guy like that would be a bad idea. They have a lot of options, man, and it's good to have options. We don't, like I said, you don't have to feel like you're boxed in or you're squeezed into doing one thing or making a dumb move because, we didn't address wide receiver or we didn't address offensive line in free agency. So now we're forced to do this. And maybe a guy that only has a third round grade, you have to reach for him in the second because you know you don't pick again until the following round. So it really puts you in a position to make logical moves, maximize the value on all the draft picks that you take, and make your next move your best move. You guys let me know down below in the comments of all the options I listed, or if something else. Let me know what you think we should do at number 39 and how you feel about our draft strategy changing. Do you think we should go best player available? Do you think we should still stick with the wide receiver train or path that we're paying attention to? I want to get you guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Let's go ahead and talk about it down below. Without further ado, I'm Aaron Duncan signing off. Make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell icon. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.